Weekly vlog number 60 and 61. Before I get started, the bubbles in my fish tank are still turned on because I have a breeder box in there with baby fish, and I gotta keep the bubbles turned on so water goes into and out of that breeder box constantly. That way there's constant circulation and the temperatures don't fluctuate crazy and kill the fish. So it's possible my audio will be a little distorted, but I'm not exactly sure how well this is going to turn out. But if my audio is a little distorted, then at least now you know why it is distorted. And now to begin this video, I'm not going to be talking about the fish until after I get through the stuff I want to speak about first, which is about my YouTube channel and the future of it. So a couple weeks ago on weekly vlog number 59, I said I might be leaving YouTube. So I did finally come to a conclusion, and I have an answer for you of whether I will or will not leave YouTube. And goddamn, I don't want to leave YouTube, but I'm going to. Now, this sounds a little weird. Well, if you don't want to leave YouTube, why are you leaving? Well, honestly, aside from the stress and the work, I really don't get any views that make staying worth it. I don't know, I never really grew in popularity for some reason. I have seen other channels doing the same thing I've done, but with lesser quality, and they would go and 1 month they would have like 300 subscribers, then a couple months later they would freaking eclipse me by like 5 or 6 times. Then not much longer after they would have, I don't know, like 10,000 subscribers or something, and they would be getting a shitload of views. And it's possible they just have better commentary or something than me. I don't know. I guess audio quality isn't everything, but I do try and improve everything as much as I can. And I don't just mean with audio quality. I try and improve my commentary as well. And I'm pretty goddamn sure I can do circles around most of the people here on YouTube when it comes to giving commentary in a game. This is very easily obvious in a lot of my Borderlands 2 videos. Where I'm running into a big-ass fight and I am just speaking constantly, explaining my situation, all my surroundings. It's almost like I added the commentary after instead of giving commentary while I was playing, when the fact is I was giving the commentary while I was playing. So I've just gotten really good at multitasking and giving commentary while playing a game, and despite that, I guess, I don't know, there's just no reason for me to continue with as few views as I have. And on top of that, it's just going to cost more money that I really don't want to spend if I stay on YouTube. I would need to find a way to back up my videos. Yes, you should always back up your videos if you're on YouTube. Don't just rely on YouTube to get the video returned to you, because it is possible that the video might not be able to be returned to you for whatever reason. So you always want to back them up yourself. That then, of course, means either buying a lot of Blu-ray discs, burn them to that, or buying a lot of hard drives. Both of those are expensive. The hard drives are less tedious because it takes far less time. And with the quality of my videos now, I render 50 megabit per second videos, so I would only be able to fit between 2 and 5 videos, maybe only 2 and 4 videos on a single Blu-ray disc, unless it's double layer, but double layer costs so much more than single layer that it's not really worth the cost. You can get 2 single-layer Blu-ray discs for less than the cost of 1 dual-layer Blu-ray disc. Single layer only supports 25 gig, though after you format it, it's more 23.3 gig. So it's really, I guess they're not using binary to measure it, they're using other stuff. The same deal with hard drives too. If you get 1 terabyte, it's less than 1 terabyte when you hook it up, because they're running in intervals of 1000 instead of running in intervals of 1024. Anyways, a dual-layer Blu-ray disc is 50 gig, and I'm sure after you format that, it's probably down at 46.6 gig, because that's exactly twice the amount of the 25 gig single-layer Blu-ray disc. It takes a long time to burn stuff to Blu-ray as data backup, same as DVD, it just takes a long goddamn time. And with a hard drive, yeah, it costs a little bit more, but it would save me days of waiting for videos to be burnt to a disk, because it would just take me a single day and I could transfer a few terabytes of data to a couple hard drives or so. So of course, yes, storing and backing up those videos, that's an inevitable thing unless I just really don't give a shit about my videos and I don't want to bother backing them up. I could think about doing that to save a little bit money, but that would be stupid. I kind of like having the end product that I finish when I'm done editing and rendering a video out, and I end up wanting to keep those just for whatever reason, because it was stuff I put a lot of work into, and it would just be a little bit stupid to just get rid of it. Of course, then you also run into my having to look into other recording methods or having to stick with Nvidia, and I really don't want to stay with Nvidia because the coil line and all the issues I've been having, I'm sure it's not Nvidia's fault, it's probably EVGA's fault, and the board design of the graphics cards I've been using, I'm not sure. I'm just going to be using reference design graphics cards in the future without any overclocking and swapping stuff out so I can use water. But that potential of it being an Nvidia issue is still there. And even if it's not an Nvidia issue, and if it really is just this mic that I'm using is just really susceptible to all activity of my computer while it's ramped up for gaming, and if that is the case, then it means that even if I switch over to AMD, if I happen to find something for recording that's as good as Shadowplay, because so far Shadowplay has been the best method of recording that I have found, if I really do find something as good as that works with AMD, then if that sound is really getting picked up and it's just electrical interference, then my audio is always going to be screwed up. I won't ever be able to get it as perfect as I want. Of course, I could also ignore that, but it does still introduce a little bit more stress. And that is the biggest thing that it comes down to, all in all, is just there is stress. Everything about my channel, if I was earning money from it, sure, I would stay, but I'm not. I don't have views. I'm not really earning anything from it. I got a single check after, I think, 3 years from AdSense. I got maybe one check, and when I cut ties with RPM, who is now Maker, or part of Maker, or whatever, when I left them, I got the amount that I ended up accumulating from them. Of course, that was very little, but I still got that. So I guess technically 2 payments all in all on my channel, and I can tell you it's not very much. I put a lot of money into my channel. Obviously, yes, it's partly because it's something I wanted to do. The other reason, though, is because I wanted to turn it into a job. I wanted to make it so I could get off of SSI. I wanted to be some good means of earning some sort of income. And I've been honest with that pretty much since I started going down that road. Since I started saying, okay, it looks like I can earn money from these videos legitimately. I finally found the information of fair use. Okay, this works. I can do this. Let's try and turn it into a job. Hey, I'm trying to turn this into a job. Okay. It doesn't work out. Alright. That sucks. I mean, right now, I am still at less than 550 subscribers. And those subscribers don't equal views. I have had my channel's analytics available to public for quite a while. I don't think it will show estimated earning because obviously that's against AdSense terms and everything. That's why I can't say how much I've earned. It goes against the terms. That could fuck me over, whatever. It's more of a contractual agreement than just regular terms too. So contract breaking, you could be fined. All the people that give out their information, they're idiots, really, because they're breaking the contractual agreements, terms of service, and they shouldn't be saying that. They agreed to it. They should roll with it. It's also really stupid to say how much you earn, because there are people who earn very little, and it may come off as bragging. Of course, I can say I do earn very little, and I can be vague about how much I earn, although this may sound a little contradictory to the previous statement I just said about it making it sound like bragging. I can say that between AdSense and RPM, in total, over my entire life here on YouTube, I think I have made less than $200. That's what I can say. I don't really have the exact number that I can give you because of agreements, but I can say I've earned less than $200, and my channel has been up for nearly 6 years. It was started November 3rd, 2010. It is now May 7th, 2016. Of course, when I started my channel up, it was nowhere near what it was today. I didn't even add commentary to videos. I didn't care to turn it into a job. All I wanted to do was just record some footage, throw it on YouTube, and say, yeah, here, I can share some of my gameplay. Awesome. People can watch. That's all it was. Of course, I then changed after JT and someone who was viewing some stuff said, yeah, you should add some commentary. So Then it became, well, okay, I can find a reason to make myself add commentary, continue through this, add commentary, improve quality, continue improving quality, repeatedly improve quality. Oh, I can earn money. Okay, let's try and turn this into a job. Let's try and just make it the best that I possibly can, give people what they want to watch, and improve everything possible. Make it so I really earn whatever money I happen to get from this channel. And it just, none of it's really paying off. I mean, it has been pretty good to be doing stuff on YouTube like I have been, but now I just want it to end. And really the biggest reason why I don't want to leave YouTube is mostly because I have this expensive ass mic, preamp, mic stand, shock mount, all this stuff for recording, and Sony Vegas Pro edit. All of that, just a lot of money put on my channel. It just makes me want to continue, make sure all of this money is put to good use like it's supposed to be. But there's a time where you have to cut your losses and just stop. Otherwise, you're just going to add to the loss by adding more and more money into something that's never going anywhere. I have also found it quite relaxing and really nice lately whenever I don't record, whenever I can just sit around and just do nothing and not worry about a damn thing. And even the time I took off in between areas before I finished up Skyrim, and even before I started working on Skyrim, all of that, when I could just sit around and not upload anything and just enjoy playing a game, not worry about a schedule that I would have to keep, that has been really nice. And yeah, obviously if it was a job, then okay, I can accept that I would have to deal with that, and I wouldn't be able to really get that break that I want, unless I got really far ahead of schedule and I just decided to take a break. But again, it's not paying me really anything to make it worth it. So with that said, this will be my final weekly video. I will finish Borderlands 2, then I'll be done on YouTube. For everyone who's watching, everyone who subscribed, thank you very much. It's just, it needs to end now. Sorry. Of course, there's still more stuff to talk about. I just want to get through all that important stuff first. So now, let's roll out the fish eggs videos, then you can go into the baby fish. Because yes, I did mention that there is a breeder box in the background right now that has air bubbles turned on to fill it with water and drain it, so there is some water flow. So, that little net box thing ended up killing all the baby fish. Go figure. So I got that breeder box. I think I mentioned I ordered that breeder box. Maybe not. I got it written down here, so I guess I didn't mention it in the last video. I got a breeder box just in case there were more eggs, and of course, there were more eggs. So all 10 of the first eggs that ended up surviving and becoming fish died because of the stupid little net basket thingy. And now I have a proper breeder box, and out of all the eggs, 7 hatched. All the rest of the eggs got moldy. Problem here is that one of those 7 was underneath all of those moldy eggs, so it died, which sucks. So that brought me back down to 6. Then I accidentally sucked one up with a siphon when I was cleaning the little breeder box. I have to clean that every freaking day to make sure they stay alive. One of them got sucked up, put into the main tank, and I thought it was gone, but over an hour later I looked into the main tank and I saw this little baby fish, so I took a little eyedropper, I went in, I sucked it up with a little eyedropper, and I put it back in the breeder box, and it was perfectly fine. Holy shit, so there were 6 then. Of course, there were only 6 until the other day. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, though. Yesterday, I was looking around in the breeder box. I was getting ready to clean it, and I saw one little fish that just didn't look the right color. Just its tail was all curved. It looked a little bit weird. It was just on its side. It was a little unusual, I'm sure. I mean, they've all looked a little odd sometimes because they're tiny little fish. It's hard as fuck to see them. They're literally about the size of an ant. Or at least they were. They're a little bit bigger than an ant now, but they were about the size of an ant. And even though they're a little bit bigger than an ant now, they're still a pain in the ass to see and a pain in the ass to find. So I was looking at it. I carefully moved it with a little tiny air tube, which is used for air bubbles. It's what I've been using to siphon the breeder box out in order to clean it. So I used that little air tube just to nudge it just a tiny bit. It didn't move, so it was dead. So I just siphoned it out. I cleaned the breeder box out, and I removed that little dead fish. So there's 5 baby fish remaining, and they all seem healthy. They all seem fine. You can see them on the video. They're doing awesome. I even managed to get footage of one preparing for this video. I got footage of one eating some of the powder that's in there. Yes, all of those tiny specks all over that they're swimming in that makes the breeder box look dirty. That's powdered food. It is powder as fine as flour that you would use in cooking. Yeah. And about that food, I ordered some off Amazon. I used my mom's Prime account to get it here as quickly as I could. And I think I ordered it on the 28th or the 27th, one of the two. It was supposed to be here on Saturday after the 28th or 27th, whatever. So it was supposed to be here on the 30th. Of course, 30th came and went. Shipping, tracking information didn't get updated. Thought, okay, what the fuck? Wait until Monday. Didn't get updated. Then I looked at my mom's Amazon account. I looked at the information for that because she said, yeah, this got canceled apparently. So I looked at it. I was like, yeah, order got canceled. Wondering what the fuck was going on. So I then ordered that food again, but from a different seller. And it got here on the 6th. I think I noticed that it got canceled on Tuesday. So Monday, nothing was updated. But on Tuesday, I noticed the order was canceled. And I had to reorder. So the food got here on the 6th, and what I was using to feed the little baby fishies before then, people call them fry. I get that mixed up with French fries, so I'm just calling them baby fish. What I was feeding them before was a little shrimp pellet, and I would grind that shrimp pellet up in my fingers, just with my finger and my thumb, and I would put it inside the cap of a eyedropper. I'd fill that cap up with a little bit of water from the tank. I'd put the end of the eyedropper in the cap, the end where everything actually comes out of, not where the cap goes on to the eyedropper. And I would squeeze it repeatedly as quickly as I could to powder it up a lot, mix it up with the water, and basically just use the pressure of the water to powder that shrimp pellet up as much as I possibly could. I would then put the cap on the other end, and I would carefully place this little powdered shrimp pellet around the tank so they could eat. And now I'm using something completely different because it's already powdered, and it's apparently the food you're supposed to be using for them, unless you want to use some sort of micro worms, which you have to grow yourself, and it apparently stinks, but this stuff should work perfectly fine. I don't really remember what it's called. I don't care to get it right now. I think it's some tiny little 50-gram container stuff. It's sort of a brownish color. It's just powdered food for them. It's got a bunch of stuff mixed in, including some micro worms. So it should be fine for them. And yeah, they are eating it already. So I'll still have to clean the little breeder box every day just to make sure it's all gone. And what I do when I clean it out is I don't just only siphon it. I also go along the entire thing with my finger, carefully avoiding every baby fish, and I rub against the plastic of the breeder box. At least I think it's plastic. It could be acrylic, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's plastic, though. And I just rub across the plastic of the breeder box with my finger, loosen everything up. I then use that airline tube to siphon all of that into the main tank. When it's in the main tank, it gets sucked up by the filter. And anything that doesn't get sucked up by the filter can be picked up when I siphon the tank out in order to clean it and do a water replacement, which I do every week. And the final thing is more on the political stuff. I know I try and keep that out of my channel, but this time it was a little retarded and I just want to mention it. So I got a ballot to vote for the primary stuff, sort of, but because I've registered as having no party, so it's nonpartisan, I can only vote for nonpartisan stuff, and none of that is for presidential candidates. So I'm not allowed to vote for any delegate stuff for either Republican or Democratic sides, which is retarded as fuck. JT, he's also known as Plarby, he got the same ballot. Apparently he's nonpartisan, I guess. I don't know, he said he got the same ballot. So he said you could just do a write-in, but I looked at mine, and you can't do a write-in because there's categories and there's subcategories. Then within those subcategories, there are the names that you can choose or write in for the category it's listing. So for example, I'll throw this image in the video. There is the main category, which is State Nonpartisan Judiciary. Then there is the subcategory of that section, which is Judge of the Supreme Court, position number 4. Then it says vote for one. It lists one name and it has a spot for a write-in. So if you write in a presidential candidate there, you're not writing them in as being someone you want for president. You're writing them in as someone you want for judge of the Supreme Court, position number 4. So if you say you add Bernie Sanders' name to the write-in spot on that area, then you're voting for him to be a judge in position 4 of the Supreme Court. Of course, there's only one name there, and there's only one name in each of these subcategories. However, my mom is registered as a Democrat, so I looked at hers, and she does have one category with one subcategory within it, and the only 2 names in there, along with a spot for a write-in, the only 2 names are Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. So that means if I wanted to write in, it probably wouldn't be counted because I would have to write in a whole new stupid category and subcategory saying whatever the fuck my mom said to vote for President of the United States. And this pisses me off. So anyways, that is the end of this long-ass video. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know with a comment or a like. I'm not saying subscribe or share anymore because obviously channel's going away after I finish Borderlands 2. So I will see you guys on the next Borderlands 2 video or on some other video, but until then, I'll see you guys later. Sorry for the political stuff that I brought into my channel. It was just pissing me off, and it's retarded as fuck. God damn it. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. And thanks everyone who subscribed. Thanks everyone who has been watching. See you guys later. Bye.